Alrighty, so today we're going to discuss the access credentials management. So our first available credential will be the QR recurring visitor pass. The QR recurring visitor pass is going to allow ongoing access with limited to, if any at all, restrictions. This is more of a long-term method to use to access the CellGate device in the form of a QR code. Some of those scenarios where you will utilize this is if you've got a family member maybe staying with you long term, or a significant other that lives with you, or maybe a friend. So the first thing we want to do is select yes here, and this is going to give this particular group, the account admins, the ability to create this type of access credential. And then down below, if we select yes, this will actually allow us to set restrictions where if in a situation you have multiple devices eligible to use this type of QR code or access credential, you can apply where it will work. But for now, we'll just leave this at no, and we'll hit save. Next available option is going to be the QR temporary visitor pass. So this is going to be more temporary access. So maybe someone's coming to visit for spring break. Maybe there's a family event going on over the course of maybe 2 or 3 days, or maybe even a week. This would be more ideal use in that situation. This pass will expire on its own based on whatever you set for it to. So again, we do want to select yes. This enables that QR code to be used for this particular group. Now, this pass can be scheduled up to 10 days in advance. 7 is typically the default time frame. We are able to select the amount of time that this is valid. So as you can see, we have 1 day. We can go up to a week, which basically means that they can use this as many times for a 7-day period. Or if we reduce this to 0, we can actually go up to 23 hours where they can use that same credential as much as they want. But for now, we'll just leave it at 1 day, and we'll zero out the hours. And then as you see down below, you do have the option to select when this pass is actually valid. So if we hit yes here, we can restrict the time frame on when this code can be used. So if I just change this to PM, let's say we do 12, they can use this on this day for a 24-hour period, but it has to be used within the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So about a 2-hour window. But for now, we'll leave that at no. And as well, below, we have the option of setting a restriction. So again, this is just simply saying where this type of pass can or cannot be used based on the eligible devices on the account. And of course, once everything is set based on what you want, you hit save down here below. So the next access credential that we have is the PIN temporary visitor pass. Much like the QR visitor pass, this is just in the form of a system generated PIN code. So of course, we'll hit yes to allow that. We can schedule this up to 7 days in advance on the default, or we can adjust it to 10, or we can lower it all the way down to 1. As well as below, we set the valid amount of time where this pass will work. Now, the temporary PIN passes, same thing, right? It's just going to be in the form of a code, but we can also set it for 0 days, specify hours. We have up to 23 hours, or we can go and do something a little more specific, maybe 4 hours. You have the option as well to additionally set set the correct times when this pass is valid within a specific time frame. So maybe if we do zero this out, select our days. And so this pass will be valid for 7 days, but we'll give them a specific window on when they can use that pass. So we'll just say maybe like 10 a.m. between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. They got about a 6-hour window. And as well, so as you can see down here below, because this is a PIN versus a QR code, which means you'd have to actually have a device capable of, compatible of reading this. The pins are going to be simply just input on the device, like an access code would be for a resident, right? So if we hit yes here, now I've got way more options where I can specify where this temporary pin will work. So if I wanted to do the visitor gate and maybe the south gate, I can do that. Or if I just wanted to do maybe 3 devices or gates instead of all 4, I can do that as well too. So this could be customized or specified any way that you like, as long as you have eligible devices that will support the features. And as always, you'll hit save. So the next available access credential is going to be our QR single-use visitor pass. And this is going to be a one-off. So you have typically about a 24-hour window when this code can be used. Sorry, the QR code can be used, but it's just one time within that 24 hours. And once it is used, it automatically becomes invalidated. So at that point, there's 2 options. The admin can go in on the web portal side and make it active, or as the resident, you would have to create another in its place. As always, we have the same options. We do want to allow this to be created by this particular group, which again is the account admin. So we'll hit yes here. They'll schedule this up to 7 days in advance by default, or if you need 10, if you want to go as little as 2, then that's fine as well too. And then down below, we can also set the amount of time that this pass is valid. So this one gets a little tricky because it's a one-time use. So what this would essentially say, based on what I have right here, right, is I can send this 2 days in advance before it actually becomes effective, and it will be valid 7 days from that time. Now, even with that being said, it doesn't mean that they can use it as many times as they want in 7 days. It just says that they have 7 days to use it. If it's used within that 7-day period, as mentioned before, it automatically becomes invalidated, and again, a new one has to be created, or the admin can make it active again. We can also set a time frame as well when this code can be used, as well as applying our restriction. And naturally, we would hit save to confirm any of those specifications that we've applied. Lastly, we're going to have our PIN single-use visitor pass. And again, we want to select yes here. PIN single-use, pretty much identical to the QR single-use, except it's in the form of a PIN. So they have a 7-day window. Again, that's where we can send this out. You can select the maximum amount of time at 7 days. That'll give them to use this. In that time frame, we can also specify the windows of when this can also be used as well. We've got a 3-hour window here. We want to restrict it to being used on a specific device, and I can hit yes here and select that device. And again, this is going to give us more options for the PIN option, except as opposed to the QR codes, because these are going to be system generated pins that can be put anywhere that pretty much supports a keypad functionality. And if all else is good above, we'll just hit save. And that's it.